Spellcasters should be able to choose between intelligence, wisdom, and charisma for their spellcasting ability. There, that's the video. Alright, I'll justify it a bit more. The type of spellcaster you are determines which of the three mental/social ability scores will be important: intelligence, charisma, or wisdom. If you don't have at least an adequate value in this stat, you will suck. Consequently, any player not building a joke character will generally make sure this ability score is their highest or second highest, while mostly ignoring the other two mental/social stats. Your ability scores determine which skills it's worth choosing proficiency in, meaning that which ability scores are highest mostly determines which skills you take. Your ability scores and skills determine what your character is good at, and what your character is good at is a large part of who your character is. Thus we can see that the type of spellcaster you are determines a large part of who your character is. Sorcerers are charismatic, but not intelligent or wise. Druids are wise, but not intelligent or charismatic. And wizards are intelligent, but not wise or charismatic. That is, unless you rolled really well for your character's stats and had a 16 to spare. But why though? Why are these the character archetypes we're stuck with? Would it break the game if spellcasters could choose which of the three mental/social ability scores to use? I say no. Mostly this will simply mean picking up some different skills than you would normally. Sometimes your class won't give you access to skill proficiencies relating to your spellcasting ability, but a backstory or even a feat could make up for that. This change could be used to multi-class into some ridiculous combos, but those types of combos already exist anyway, and it's just common courtesy not to do things that will impact your fellow players' fun. If you use this to break the game you're playing, that's on you. There are a few general changes that need to be made to each class to accompany this change. 1. The multi-classing prerequisite should no longer be a 13 in the spellcasting ability of that class, but rather a 13 in the spellcasting ability you choose to use for that class. 2. The amount of spells a lot of spellcasters can prepare is based on the spellcasting ability of that class. Again, it would need to change to the spellcasting ability chosen. 3. Many classes have features that use their spellcasting abilities. Just change these all to the spellcasting ability you chose. Of these features, there's really only one that needs discussing. The Fey Wanderer Ranger feature, Otherworldly Glamour, lets you add your Wisdom modifier to any charisma check you make. Changing Wisdom to Intelligence doesn't change anything about this feature, but changing it to Charisma either makes this part of the feature redundant, or lets you double your Charisma bonus. I'm honestly not sure which of these options is better. The latter seems far too overpowered, while the former would mean that there would be no reason to play a charisma-based Fey Wanderer, since Wisdom or Intelligence-based Fey Wanderers would be equally charismatic. As a compromise, I changed the feature to say that if you are an Intelligence or Wisdom-based Fey Wanderer, you can add your spellcasting ability bonus to your charisma checks, while if you are a charisma-based Fey Wanderer, you get to double your proficiency bonus for any charisma skills you are proficient in. Now let's look at all the new archetypes made possible by this change. Ooh, I have to say, out of all of these, the new cleric archetypes are the ones that tickle my fancy the most. The theologian is a cleric that can, at long last, make decent intelligence religion rolls, while the preacher/missionary speaks for itself. Almost literally. For sorcerers and warlocks, it truly made little sense that only charismatic people would be blessed by fate or enter into pacts with otherworldly beings. I've got several character concepts concerning them that would benefit from this change too. You might be wondering where the 1/3 casters, the Eldritch Knight and Arcane Trickster, as well as the 4 Elements Monk are. Well, for the former, changing the spellcasting ability doesn't really change the archetype, though I would definitely allow doing so, and for the latter, monks are a whole different beast. I won't touch them until I dedicate a video to them. There, now that's the video.